Hi, I'm Veronica and welcome to Jersey City Pilates. Today we're just going to do a quick foam roller workout. This is pretty low key, so you can do it at the end of a workout or great after a run or something else, or just if you're feeling tight and want to foam roll a little. It'll be more focused on the release and feeling good rather than working super hard. So we'll get started. Come to stand at the top of your mat and just bring your foam roller out in front of you and just let it stand. If yours is bent and warped like mine from using it a lot, don't worry about it. Just when you're on the floor, try to make sure that your spine is aligned correctly so that you're not all twisted. Bring your hands just gently on top and then bend your knees. And then you're just gonna reach away, bring your ears between your arms. Send your sitting bones back behind you, widen the sitting bones, feet are flat, getting a stretch through your hamstrings, draw your abdominals in, and then just bring yourself all the way back up. The foam roller will come towards you slightly. Extend the arms, send the hips back, bend the knees. Abs draw in, inhale. Exhale, stand back up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, go back down. Inhale up. Exhale down one more time. Pause here, just take one more breath. And then exhale, curl your spine all the way up one vertebrae at a time. Just let your hands drop. No worries if your foam roller falls over. From here, grab your foam roller and you're just going to put it on the mat long ways, and you can bring your hands on top of it. You're gonna have your knees underneath your hips, your neck is nice and long, and you're just gonna press the foam roller away, keeping your neck long, sit back onto your heels into a child's pose. You can roll the foam roller away a little bit more if that feels nice. And then just externally rotate your upper arm, roll the foam roller back towards you, creating space between your shoulders and your ears, and then reach them away. And then draw it back in, and then come all the way back up. Bring your hands onto the floor, just leaving the foam roller in front of you for now. Curl your tailbone under, round your spine up towards the ceiling, drop your head, untuck your tail, lift up into extension, gaze comes just at the end of your mat. Curl your tailbone under, round it. One more time. Coming into that extension, abdominals draw in, ribs towards your hips to stay supported in your front, and then you will come to sit. You're gonna bring your foam roller just underneath your shoulder blades, and if you have a ponytail, just move your hair out of the way. It hurts to roll over it. Bring your hands behind your head, support your head with your neck, and you're just gonna lift your chest like you're a waterfall going over the top of the foam roller. Let your ribs disconnect from your hips here. Just let this feel nice, and then draw your ribs towards your hips, nod your chin, lift up. One more time, just like that. Feel the stretch to the front of your body, through your shoulders. Elbows still stay within your periphery. Curl the chin under. Ribs slide towards your hips. And then you're gonna plant your feet, lift your hips up just a little, and you're gonna roll back and forth the length of your back. Tuck your shirt in if you need. Otherwise, you'll be rolling over it. And then come back. Bring the foam roller a little bit more underneath you. And then lift the hips, rotate over towards one side, and you're just gonna roll up and down the length of the rib cage on that one side. Making sure you go all the way up to the lat, and then all the way down to the bottom of your ribs. And then come onto whatever side you were just rolling on, roll forward. Bring the foam roller right underneath your lat, right at the center of your armpit, of your shoulder blade rather, and then just roll back and forth, nice and small here. Abs draw in so you're staying supported. You can think about drawing your ribs towards your hips on one side, and then to the opposite side to bring the roller under you, and then roll it away. And one more time. And up, press into your feet, center yourself on your foam roller again. Lift your hips one or two times just to the center of your back, and then rotate over to the opposite side. Two more. And then drop your hips down, come all the way onto that side. And then you're just gonna use your ribs and your abdominals to help roll that foam roller underneath you and then push it away. Just a few more, rolling that tender spot right on your shoulder blade. If you find a spot that's particularly tense, just pause there for a moment and roll 1 or 2 more times. And then you're going to come to sit on top of your roller. Bring your hands back behind you. Let your knees fall over to the left side. And then from here, you're just going to roll on that left side. You can use your legs as much as you need to push you and to pull you. And then up and over to the other side. And again, if at any point you find a spot that's particularly tender, you're just going to hang out there. 1 more. And then come back onto your calves. So you have a few options here. You can either bring your hips closer to your calves and use the weight of one calf with the other to help pull your leg in and out, or you can have both calves and you can push yourself. So you're curling your tailbone under, coming into almost a reverse plank, and then tuck your hips between your arms to come back. And if you need a little bit more weight, you're going to cross one leg over the other. And then moving through the whole calf, getting the inside, the back, and the outside. And then switch sides. So again, rolling through the main part of the belly of that muscle. Internally rotate, get the inner side. Abs draw in here, especially if your hips are lifted. And then out to the outside. One more. And then lower your hips all the way down. Come to lay onto your stomach. And you're going to bring the foam roller out in front of you. Head is hovering off of the mat. You're going to bring the foam roller onto your wrists. Your hands and arms are going to be externally rotated, so you have that space between your neck and your ears. And then you're just going to reach your fingertips away. And then feel your shoulder blades slide down your back gently. Abs draw in, hips and pubic bone press into the floor, and then lift your spine. And then roll the foam roller away, head and chest lower down. And then press down into the roller as you bring it back towards you, lifting through the chest, and then roll it away. 2 more. Legs are heavy, staying out of your low back. Glutes are engaged, but not squeezing. Lift. And last one, come onto all fours. 1 more time, and then just roll the foam roller away from you. Curl it under, roll the foam roller back towards you. Bring it in front of your left knee, and you're gonna bring your right leg up. And so you want your knee bent more or less at 90 degrees. You're really thinking about tucking your pelvis under here, and then you're just gonna reach forward, press down into the foam roller, lift your chest up like you're lifting your chest through your arms, abs draw in, getting that stretch through the hip flexor and the whole front of your left thigh. 2 more breaths, really pressing down, lifting up, drawing in. Last one. And then release. So bring that foam roller over to the right side. Left leg comes forward, hips tuck under, feel that length through your back, and then bring the whole shape forward slightly. Tailbone tucked under, press down, lift your chest, feeling that stretch again now through the whole front of your right leg. You can come forward slightly if that feels good. Abs draw in, 2 more breaths. Pressing down. Last one, inhale. Press down, exhale. And then release that. So here is where it just becomes a little tricky to find the right spot. So wherever your foam roller makes sense on your mat, go ahead and put it down. And then you're gonna sit down at the very end of it, plant your feet, arms reach out long, curl yourself down, slide yourself down so that your whole body fits on the foam roller, and then just reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling. And you may notice that if your foam roller is crooked, you might have to get off and readjust. So just pause me if you need to do that. Here, just let your spine sink down into the foam roller, and then reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling, and then wide out to the side, feeling your shoulder blades kind of give the foam roller a little hug, and feeling that stretch through the front of your chest, your arms, maybe all the way down into your fingers and forearms. And then sweep your arms back up. Ribs are heavy, abs are still drawn in. Even though this is low key, it's still Pilates. And then reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling and then drop your shoulder blades back, keeping the arms straight, again, giving that foam roller a little hug. Reach up, drop them down. 2 more, reach up, drop down. Now you're just gonna make a little shoulder roll. Again, giving that foam roller a little hug and then reverse. Really feeling your shoulder blades touch it at the bottom of that circle. Your arms are staying straight. Pause at the top. You're gonna peel your fingers back, keep your arms straight, and then reach out from the palms of your hands, cross the chest until your fingers come to hit the floor. And if you can, tuck them under. It might be hard. If not, your hands are just hovering above the floor. And then just take a breath here. And then exhale. Let your fingertips, your fingernails actually come onto the floor. The backs of your palms are on the ground, if that makes sense. And then you're just gonna keep pressing your ribs back into the foam roller. And you're gonna keep your fingertips on the floor and sweep them up overhead like you're doing a snow angel, and then go all the way back down towards your hips. You're only going to do this in the range of motion that feels good for your shoulders. And make sure that your shoulders are staying nice and low. So keep thinking about reaching out, even though your shoulders are below you. Your hands are below your shoulders. And then one more time, down back by your hips. Last time, coming all the way up, opening through the chest, the arms. This is great if you spent all day on a computer or using your phone. Reach up and then back down. And then go ahead, bring one elbow to the ground, slide off your foam roller. Bring your knees into your chest, gently rock back and forth from one side to the other. Plant your feet down, bring them nice and wide, and then you're just gonna windshield wiper them here. Side to the left and the right. And then come over onto one side. Coming into all fours, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up towards the ceiling, heels towards the ground, soften your knees, walk yourself back one vertebrae at a time, and then slowly peel yourself up, tucking the tailbone under, bringing your hips towards your ribs as you uncurl your spine, finding length in the low back, your spine, and then bring your head to float right on top of your spine. Standing nice and tall, knees slightly bent or just a little soft. Reach your arms up overhead, ribs stay down. And then externally rotate your arms, press your palms away, like your little corkscrew, your spine grows taller towards the ceiling. And then let your arms find their place next to your sides, and you are all finished. Thanks.